Good morning, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Friday morning, December 27th. We're looking at the market profile of the SPY ETF on Window Trader. And what's going on? Well, the bulls just relentlessly continue their pursuit to the top of the mountain, wherever that may be. Yesterday, we came out of a 7-day balance on a gap with an open and drive and held it. And today, we're doing the same. Now, before I go any further, I said in last night's video, I took a put trade up here. I thought, let me preface this by saying, by no means, and I said this last night, do I think this market is going down or it's no good. We are one time framing up in all three time frames. We have gaps in all three time frames. The reason I took that trade is because based on the way we acted yesterday, I thought M really, and then N got stretched out a bit. That's why I took that trade. Obviously, that's not the case this morning. So it's going to be a case of me managing this trade and seeing what I want to do with it. Most likely in the initial balance, I'll make a decision whether I put it to bed and move on or add to it if I think that's the thing to do. But by no means am I trying to pick a top. That never ever works, and I wasn't trying to do that. Okay, let's go over what's going on today. Obviously, right now, the only destination on the upside will be our pre-market high, which right now stands at 324.09. We're trading just below that. On the downside, your first destination will now be yesterday's high of 322.95. So right now, with an hour to go, it's a dollar gap higher. Below that, we have the price probe at 322.47. Then we have 322.29, which was 9 wide, and that incredibly important lap, lowest accepted price at 321.98. Boy, does it show you how important it is the way it worked in B, F, and again in M. Very important. And then below that, yesterday's low of 321.64, and then filling the gap at 321.52, a 12-point gap. So what's the game plan for this morning? Forget the trade I have. That's has nothing to do with the game plan. Well, again, yesterday I bought that right on the opening because it was, I thought, a perfect level because I knew my out right away, right? The gap wasn't too high, wasn't too low when it first opened, and it worked out perfectly. Now today, if the gap open by $1 or more, I don't want to be a buyer, okay? Certainly don't want to be a seller either. So I'd wait for more market-generated information. If this was to have some kind of inventory adjustment right away and get down but hold the gap, that's when I would get involved with a call play. I know my out. It's either if it fills the gap or, depending on how much heat you want to take with the price probe. That would be the call play. Again, there is no put play. Unless we open and then in the initial balance, B period, if it starts one time framing down, maybe you get on board at some point. But right now, I'd be looking for longs rather than shorts. That's what this market's telling me again this morning. Now again, forget about that trade I have. It's in a separate account. I'd be looking for longs again if we ought to come in a bit once we open. As far as the charts, quickly, monthly, 3 trading days left. Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Right now, it looks like we're going to be one time framing up for 2 months after an outside month up with a gap. Long term, incredibly healthy. Weekly, after going straight up, I believe it was 8 or 9 weeks, we had that balance which lasted about a day when it ripped down and came back up. Came out of balance 3 weeks ago. We'll be one time framing up 3 weeks with a gap. Incredibly healthy. Daily. After one time framing up for 9 days, I said, we're going to see when we came into balance on Christmas Eve, we weren't getting a lot of distance. So the buyers needed to get above this and stay above it. Otherwise, you're going to test the bottom of the balance. Well, they certainly did that yesterday with a gap higher to get away from this balance. And now today, gapping even higher. So again, incredibly healthy. Now, are we getting stretched out a bit? You would think so, but you know what? You could have been saying that for a lot of time frames, right? You know, are we getting stretched out? No. Are we getting stretched out? No. So take what the market generated information gives you and trade that. Good luck trading today. Have a great day, and we'll recap the day and the week at 4 p.m.